Apache just came in on the stage. It's for the judge.
What's in it? Hey, knuckles down.
Well, come on inside and find out.
Well, I've got to go now. Thanks for teaching me how to play.
Aren't you going to give him back his marbles?
We played for keeps, and I won these.
Well, it finally arrived, Judge.
Postmark St. Louis. Yep, this must be it.
Hurry up and open it. Golly, a silver peace prize.
Isn't it a beauty? Not careful, Calamity. You'll smudge it with your fingerprints.
Give it to me. I want to see if you got the engraving right. Presented to the Mescalero tribe of the Apache Indian Nation by the people of Wileyville.
Say, if you got the letter ready, I'll take it out to the reservation.
It's right there on the cash register. Here, give it to me. We better check it over again, see if it's all right. Greetings to Quitano, chief of the Mescaleros, from the people of Wileyville. In recognition of the 50 years of unbroken friendship, we hereby invite you to come to council in Wileyville on August 2nd to receive a symbol of our enduring brotherhood. Signed, Judge Ben Wiley for the people of Wileyville.
Gee, that sounds mighty impressive.
I can hardly wait to see the chief's face when he hears it.
Who said anything about you going along?
Well, why shouldn't I?
For two very good reasons.
First, I'm a girl, and second, I'm too young.
Right. So?
So try and stop me.
Those are Apaches. They're stampeding the cattle. Go get the boys. Gunshot. Get the rope. Tex, take a look around the back.
Up for?
We got this Apache rustling cattle.
No, we not steal white men's cattle.
Shut up. Shut down one of our men, too.
White men shoot Red Wolf first.
I've known him a long time, and I've always known him to speak the truth.
That's right. He's our friend.
Let's take him back to the reservation and leave him as an example.
Turn him loose.
You'll be sorry you butted into this.
Untie him, Calamity. Now, unbutton your gun belts and drop them on the floor. I'm taking Red Wolf back into town and turning him over to the judge. Any charges you fellas got to make against him, you can make in court.
Bill, look out! reservation, Red Wolf just rode off.
Well, good afternoon, Mr. Gorman.
Hello, Judge. Well, I take it you've heard all about it. The Apache raid on my cattle.
Yeah, Bill just told me.
Did he tell you he was an accomplice to a murder?
Murder?
That's what I said. The man that Apache shot died a few minutes ago.
Red Wolf shot in self-defense.
Well, since when does the law call it self-defense for a cattle thief to murder men guarding their herds?
I was just trying to stop your men from taking the law into their own hands.
Now, they caught him red-handed.
Well, every man's entitled to a fair trial, no matter what the color of his skin.
Well, don't let your authority go to your head, Judge. You were elected by a vote of the people, and we can get rid of you just as fast if you start favoring murderous Indians over decent citizens.
I also took an oath of office to uphold the law, and that I intend doing no matter what the personal consequences.
He isn't in jail. I just checked.
What did you do with him?
Sneaked out on you, eh? You and your big talk about turning him over to the law.
Red Wolf just probably stopped by the reservation to get that slug dug out of his arm. He'll turn himself in eventually.
Do you believe that too, Judge?
Yes, I do.
Oh, well, you're having your pipe dreams. We'll do something about it.
What do you intend doing?
What the law should have done. Go out to the reservation and get him.
Mr. Gorman, you better let me talk to him first.
You've done enough talking. There's only one way to treat renegade Indians, with a firm hand. Otherwise, they'll start wholesale killing and raiding like they did under Geronimo.
I just don't understand it. Those Apaches have always been so friendly and peaceful.
Well, they won't be unless I can reach them before Gorman does.
We've just got to.
Now, just a minute. An Apache reservation with Indians liable to go on the warpath is no place for a young girl like you. Well, it isn't. And this time you're staying here. Oh, now look, I didn't come here to fight you. I'm your friend. Take me to Red Wolf.
Why you spy on Apache?
I wasn't spying. I came to warn you that white men are coming to take Red Wolf.
He is my friend. He saved my life.
Why didn't you come to town and give yourself up?
Those white men would have killed me.
The judge and I would have protected you. You disappointed us when you ran away like that. And the Apaches disappointed us when they tried to steal white men's cattle.
Apache not steal. They drive cattle off reservation. White men want to graze herd, but not want to pay money.
Was a white man named Gorman?
Gorman have men drive cattle on the reservation. This Apache land. Do not Apache have a right to drive cattle off again?
So that's why he claimed you were rustling.
Gorman and men come.
Wait a minute, Chief. Don't fight him. They'll think this is an Indian uprising and they'll call soldiers in and put you in prison.
Apache warriors not to run away.
There's a better way to settle it. Red Wolf, you know that I'm your friend. Will you trust me? Then come with me to town and let me put you in jail till we can settle this in court.
To save my people from war, I will go with you. Even if I must die.
We'll do our best to prevent that.
We must hurry.
Well, I can't move very fast like this.
Somebody's hiding in those rocks down there.
Give me your shirt, quick. I'll meet you in town, and this time don't fail me. Back up here. Back. Yep.
It's that Indian.
somebody on that horse. He must be hiding back there.
There he is.
Don't look like Red Wolf's coming.
Don't say doesn't.
Don't sound right, does it?
Well, never mind. Hope you haven't made a mistake relying on Red Wolf.
He gave me his word, and I know I can trust him.
Well, I see that the jail is still empty. Judges ought to convince you how treacherous those Apaches are. Well, if it hadn't been for your interference, we might...
You lock me in jail now, please, Judge?
May I have the honor?
Now, what were you saying, Mr. Gorman?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The people aren't going to stand for your Indian-loving interference much longer.
Be careful what you say, Mr. Gorman, or I'll have to lock you in jail, too.
You don't scare me. I'm going to take this up with the Indian Bureau. I'll see that those bloodthirsty savages are moved someplace where they can be kept under closer guard.
Did you hear what he said, Bill?
I sure did. Gorman's right about one thing. We've done enough talking. Now we gotta get some evidence that'll back up the Apaches. Aren't you coming?
Who? You mean me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm too young, and I'm a girl.
Well, all right, if you're not gonna come.
Wait till I pick up my marbles.
You see, many hoof marks on earth. This Indian land, hoof marks made by cattle, white man's cattle.
Now, there's no doubt that cattle trample this ground, Chief, but...
You not believe me?
Sure, I believe you. But that's not enough. Gorman would say that you drove the cattle on the reservation when you tried to steal them.
Apaches not steal.
Well, I didn't mean that. Oh, it's hard to explain, but what we gotta prove is that Gorman's men were on Indian land with the cattle herd.
Me not know how.
Well, for instance, now you take that hoof print over there. The one with the barred shoe belonged to a horse ridden by one of Gorman's men. All we have to do is trace it back to the ranch.
Then why don't we?
What?
Trace it back to the ranch. That barred hoof print.
Do any of the Indians have horses shod like that?
No, that mark of strange pony.
Well, what are we waiting for, Calamity? Let's get going. Keep a close watch and whistle if anyone starts to come.
Let's get the horses unhitched and into the barn. You're driving me crazy. Cut it out. That was just an accident. Here, have some peanuts yourself. I've had just about enough of your kid tricks. told you to quit it. What's the matter with you? You going crazy or something? I didn't do anything.
That did it.
See that bar shoe? It's used for curing a shrunken hoof.
Now what do? Go get the judge to arrest Gorman?
No, it's not going to be that easy. He could probably lie his way right out of it. We're going to have to pin him down.
Well, what are we going to use for pins?
You.
Me?
Trouble, miss?
Mr. Gorman, you've got to come with me right away. The Indians are ready to talk.
You mean they've confessed their guilt?
Oh, I'll explain on the way. We've got to hurry.
Tell Wade I've gone into town.
Pull it! Get his gun, Calamity.
Well, I never thought a judge's daughter would deliberately lie. You said the Indians were ready to talk.
They are.
And they got ways of making you talk back.
I'll see that the judge hears of this.
We'll save you the trouble. Calamity, go into town and get the judge and bring him out to Serpent Mountain.
Serpent Mountain?
That's right, the shrine of the devil dancers. Get going.
I don't care what Gorman told you. That girl lead him into trouble. Judge's kids were both in here snooping around. We got to find them.
What's that? Rattlesnake did him. One nick of that arrowhead and you're a dead man.
Stop him!
You can stop him anytime you want to, Gorman. All you gotta do is tell us the truth.
All right, I'll tell you, only stop him before he kills me!
Your cattle herd was on the Indian reservation when the Apache stampeded it, wasn't it?
Yes. They had every right to drive it off. I tried to turn things to my advantage, make it look like they were rustling. I wanted the Indians moved off so that their grazing land would be left open. But I had no part in trying to kill Red Wolf.
He was innocent, wasn't he?
Yes. The men said he was fighting for his life.
Where's Gorman?
At the Indian shrine. He just admitted his guilt.
Yeah? Well, I'll have to hear about that from him. Wait! Bash him!
Chief, it's a great honor to present you this silver peace pipe as a perpetual symbol of our enduring brotherhood.
Thank you in the name of Muscalero Apache. I accept. Now we smoke together.
May I see the pipe? A marble. Calamity?
Don't look at me. I don't know how it got in there.
All right, mister. Keep him covered. Hand over that money.
I haven't got any.
Don't try to fool us. We know you just came from the bank. Now hand it over. All right, mister. That's the way you want it.
Now stop that crying. Haircut never hurt anybody. Here. You know, Barnaby, I just got an idea that these young'uns holler just so they get something for nothing. Now, where did I put my barber shears?
Judge, about that stage.
Will you stop worrying about that stage? It'll come through all right. Bill's riding guard. And if them bandits show up, they'll wish they hadn't. Now, where did I put those shears? Calamity. Are those my barber shears?
Yes, sir. I couldn't find mine, so I borrowed them.
Give me those shears. They wouldn't cut hot butter now.
Well, I'll fix them up for you.
Oh, you already have, thank you. I'll tend to them myself. And I'm going to tend to you later. I'm going to bring you up in front of the court. And I'll sentence you to sharpen every pair of scissors in Wileyville. That's what I'll do. Bill, have any trouble?
Oh, either those outlaws are taking a vacation or they didn't think that stage was worth robbing.
Don't talk too soon.
Henry, what happened?
I was knocked out and robbed right in the edge of town about 20 minutes ago by the same bandits you're too blamed old to do anything about.
That's not fair, Henry. The judge is working mighty hard trying to get a line on that gang.
He'll never get it gossiping around a cracker barrel. The next thing you know, decent citizens won't be safe on the streets of Wileyville. And if you ask me, I think it's high time we got an official lawman in here.
Oh, nonsense. Why, the judge is doing a mighty good job of policing our little town.
Besides, Wileyville isn't big enough for a full-time lawman yet.
I'll be glad to take a back seat when it is.
I'm going to make sure you're on the shelf long before that.
Maybe Henry's right.
He is not. He's all wrong.
He sure is.
Don't be upset, Judge. Henry's always going off half-cocked.
Yeah, maybe so, but those bandits are so close to town. That worries me.
Outlaws are the growing pains of every frontier town. You can't expect Wileyville to be any exception.
Well, I suppose not, but after all, Wileyville and I have been mighty close for a long time.
Don't worry, Judge. Everything will come out all right. Don't be sad.
I'm not. I'm just wondering how those bandits find out when and where there's cash to be had for the taking.
Well, somebody's telling them, that's for sure.
Yes, but how?
Yeah, and who?
Hey, how much you want for that fancy vest out there in the window?
I'll cut the act. We're alone. Come on and back.
Well, there's Martin's money, boys.
Did he give you much trouble?
Nah. He just surprised like the rest of them.
You know, boss, I've been thinking. We've taken this neck of the woods for just about all it's worth. What do you say we move on?
Nothing doing. There's still plenty of dough around here. Besides, the Miners Cooperative Association shipped their ore to the smelter not long ago. Now, we wouldn't want to leave before they get paid for it, in cash.
Yeah, but suppose somebody gets wise to those window signals.
I'm changing them today. Now, if you see a woman's portrait in the window, that means I'll meet you at the usual place. A man's shirt means that I've got a job lined up for you, but I can't leave the shop, so Slick will have to come in. Good morning, Calamity.
Hello there. Hi. Mr. Hollister, have I got trouble? This dress is the worst mess I've ever seen. The skirt goes all zigzag, and the collar...
Oh, no, now, suppose you slip into it so I can see what you mean.
Okay.
Now, Mrs. Darrow, have you found a pattern?
Yes, two. This one and this one. Oh, Mr. Hollister, I do hope you'll have time to finish them before you leave Wileyville.
We'll make time. Now for your fabrics.
Something real elegant, like satin or velvet or brocade.
Oh, I have a wide selection of those. A little on the expensive side.
For the first time in my life, I don't have to worry about the price. My husband's selling one of his claims. He's in the city now, signing the papers and collecting the money. I can hardly wait till tomorrow. All that money, all at once.
Mr. Darrow is a brave man, far braver than I. I'd hate to meet up with those bandits with a pocket full of money.
Oh, Barnaby's not afraid. He's figured out a way to outsmart them.
I wish I could. I haven't been too concerned lately because I carry very little cash when I call on local customers. But when I move on to Pumpkin Butte, I'll be carrying a considerable sum. And frankly, I'm a bit worried how to transport it safely.
Well, why don't you take a leaf from my husband's book and do what the bandits least expect?
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, you could pretend to send the money by the stage, but really send it some other way that nobody will ever suspect.
Oh, that's a very good idea.
Mr. Hollister! See what I mean, Mr. Hollister?
Exactly. I don't know how you did it, but you mixed up two patterns. This train belongs to a pattern on a wedding dress.
Well, isn't there any way to fix it?
Not unless you're willing to rip it apart and start all over.
Okay. But if I botch it up again, the judge will sure be overstocked with dust cloths.
Calamity, you come down here, pronto. How'd you get here?
I trailed you over hill and dale with my compass bullet.
What for?
I'm acting as lookout.
Lookout?
You bet. If anything else goes wrong, the judge will sure be in hot water. So I thought if I spotted the bandits from up there, I could warn you.
What with? A nice, quiet Apache war whoop, I suppose?
Oh, don't poke fun at me. I'm worried about the judge, too.
Well, swell, but this is no place for you.
Why?
For two reasons.
First, you're a little girl. Second, if there's any trouble, you're sure to be in the middle of it.
Now that you know that by heart, you take your compass bullet right back over hill and dale to home. Now scoot.
All right.
Go on. Let's go, Bob.
Well, I didn't expect to meet a pretty girl on this lonesome road.
Thanks, Mr. Darrow. After the bawling out my brother just gave me, those are mighty sweet words.
Now, look, little lady. You should go running off nowhere. You just sit there real quiet. Hand that rifle over. All right, now give us your money. Not the small change, the big money.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, now, look, mister, you wouldn't try and bamboozle a couple of hard-looking gunmen. We happen to know you picked up a big chunk of cash in the city. Now, hand it over.
Well, you're mistaken. I haven't any money.
In that case, you won't mind us taking a look. Go ahead.
Well, I aim to as soon as I find my gun.
They got my money.
What was in the box on the stage?
Rocks.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't tell anybody.
Anything of two riders, one packing a cash box?
Oh, you mean those bandits?
That's right. They've gone and done it again. They held up Barnaby Darrow.
Oh, what a shame.
It sure is. You better keep your eyes open, too.
You can depend on that.
All right.
Mr. Hollister. Oh, Mr. Hollister, have you cut out my velvet yet?
I'm sorry I haven't been able to get to it. I've been so busy.
Don't apologize. I'm glad. I've decided I'd rather have that blue taffeta instead. I think my husband would like it better.
Whoa!
There he is now. You! Barnaby! Come on over. I want to show you something.
Be right there.
Yeah. Oh, come on. It's beautiful. I'd like to show him the satin, too, please.
I'll get it.
Barnaby, you're hurt.
Oh, it's just a crease.
How many?
I'm afraid you're going to have to cancel the order for your dresses.
Oh, we won't even talk about them.
Dust.
We'll take care of that arm.
Yes, and then I'm going to take care of Judge Wiley.
Calamity, stop stacking those guys. I told you to put them down like I had them. Now put them down. For heaven's sake.
We've been talking it over, Wiley, and we've decided to get a regular marshal in here.
Regular or not, you won't find a better one than the judge.
Better at what? Letting outlaws run rings around him?
Well, it's your fault those outlaws are still at large. We had a good chance of nabbing them until you tried to fool me with a box of rocks.
I did what I thought best.
Well, you weren't very smart.
Well, you can forget about the money the Miners Cooperative Association is expecting Saturday. We've made other arrangements for bringing it from the junction.
Those men ought to have their mouths washed out with soap.
Simmer down, Calamity. They got a right to be riled.
But not insulting.
If we could only get a line on those bandits.
Or the tip-off man. It must be someone that's mighty close to all the victims.
Yeah, but I can't think of any one person that would know about Dover's mine payroll, as well as Martin's bank withdrawals and Appleby's cattle money.
And the fact that Darrow's money wasn't on the stage, but in his own wagon bound for Pumpkin Butte. No one knew that but him.
I knew it.
Huh?
Oh, not all the details, but that he was going to try and outsmart the bandits.
How did you find out?
I heard Mrs. Darrow talking to Mr. Hollister. She said her husband was going to do what the bandits least expected, like pretending to ship the money on the stage.
Hollister?
Oh, wait, Bill, wait. Don't jump to conclusions. Ellen might have talked about it to a lot of other folks, too.
I suppose so. And I thought for a minute we had a real lead.
Now, don't you worry. I'll have your dress there in plenty of time. Good day.
Hi. I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. Hollister, but I'm stuck. Would you please show me how to put on the collar?
Oh, I'm sorry, Calamity, but I promised Mrs. Martin I'd deliver her dress early this afternoon, and there's still another hour's work on it. But if you'd come back, say, around 5 o'clock, I'd be very glad to help you there.
Thanks, I'll be here.
Now, look here, little lady. You shouldn't go running around bumping into folks.
I'm sorry. bandits, the one with the deep voice.
Where?
Looking in Mr. Hollister's window. Oh, he's not there now. He rode out of town with another man before I remembered his voice.
Hollister's window, huh?
Not so fast now, Bill. Now, just because a crook looked in that window, that don't mean Hollister's a crook, too.
Could be. You know, women get real gabby around people like dressmakers and tailors. And Hollister's got a lot of women customers.
Uh-huh. You might have a point there.
Suppose I do some checking with Hollister's customers and the robbery victims.
Go ahead. Bill, having luck?
Every robbery victim has a woman relative that's a customer of Hollister's. And you can't tell me that's a coincidence.
I won't even try. It certainly looks like Hollister's getting the information and passing it on to that gang.
How?
That's a good question. And here's another one. How are we going to prove it?
I've got an idea that might work, if we can talk Darrow into playing ball with us.
Well, now, he might be glad to do that if he thinks there's a chance of recovering his money. Now, what's your plan?
Well, Hollister must know by now that the miners' money for their ore is expected on Saturday. Suppose Calamity drops into his shop tomorrow and tells him that instead of the money coming by the stage, you're going to carry it by your wagon, see? And I'll be riding way up on top of the hill.
You know, we've really set this town on its ear, boys.
Yeah. The miners are so worried about their ore money, they've worked out new plans for getting it here safely. The judge is not taking any chances. He's picking it up this afternoon at Wiley Junction and bringing it over all by himself, by way of Mesquite Canyon.
That little Calamity is quite a talker, ain't she?
Yeah, lucky thing for us. Now, you get going. I'll meet you and Tony at the same place around 1 o'clock.
Okay, boys.
Talked into this deal.
Because you want your money back, and this is your only chance to get it. Now, come on.
Here he comes.
Get ready. Well, what's the meaning of this?
I don't think you need a blueprint. I let you think he gave me the slip so I could prove one of the bandits and Hollister the tailor were one and the same.
Well, you're out of your mind. Why, I was out calling on customers.
Really now? Where's your wagon?
Bill,
Well,
Mr. Darrell caught the small one. Too bad the third one got away.
Maybe we can fix that. Didn't you say he showed up after Hollister put that man's shirt in the window?
That ought to do it.
You get in the back room and hide. Come on, Hollister, snap to. Snap to. Now take this stool and sit down and be quiet.
Looks like a cyclone struck this place.
Well, I've never been called that before.
Jumping horny toads, Bill. We really hit the jackpot.
We're almighty ashamed of the way we acted, Judge.
Oh, that's all right. I was young and hot-headed once myself.
As far as we're concerned, you can keep right on being marshal here.
And the doctor and the barber.
Not forgetting the veterinarian and the assayer.
Oh, now, hold on, fellas. Hold on. That's going to cost me too much money to make a new sign out there. Well, look at the fashion plates.
Is that the dress that Hollister was making for you?
Calamity helped me finish it.
I made mine all myself. Doesn't it look swell?
Well, let's see it. Turn around.
I guess I didn't sew it so swell after all.
That's all right, honey. You sure helped to sew up Hollister and his gang.